The Old Testament is often viewed through the lens of history, yet its narratives are profoundly human. These stories, written millennia ago, mirror the complexities of our contemporary world: the desire for success, the struggle with integrity, the weight of leadership, and the quest for purpose. By examining 7 of these foundational accounts, we can uncover timeless lessons that speak directly to the challenges of modern life. Noah is often remembered solely for the construction of the ark. However, the true modern lesson of his life lies in long-term endurance without immediate results. Noah spent decades preparing for a disaster that had not yet arrived, enduring the mockery of his neighbors while remaining steadfast in his purpose. Modern lesson. We live in a world that prizes instant gratification. Noah's story teaches us that faithfulness is a marathon, not a sprint. Whether you are building a career, nurturing a marriage, or pursuing a personal goal, consistency, especially when you are the only one who believes in your vision, is the hallmark of success. Sold into slavery by his brothers and later falsely imprisoned, Joseph's story is a masterclass in professional and personal integrity. Despite being stripped of his freedom and status, he excelled in every role he was assigned, from a servant in Potiphar's house to the vizier of Egypt. Modern lesson. Joseph demonstrates that our environment does not define our performance. His life reminds us that we can maintain ethical excellence even in unfair systems. Furthermore, his eventual forgiveness of his brothers teaches us that success is empty if it is fueled by resentment. The story of David and Goliath is frequently used as a metaphor for the underdog overcoming the odds. While the victory is impressive, the profound lesson is David's refusal to fight using Saul's heavy, uncomfortable armor. He recognized that trying to be someone else or using someone else's tools would lead to failure. Modern lesson. In our era of comparison culture and curated social media personas, David teaches us the power of authenticity. Success is found when we leverage our unique skills rather than pretending to be who others expect us to be. Jonah is the classic runaway who attempted to flee from his divine purpose because he disagreed with God's call to show mercy to his enemies in Nineveh. His detour through the belly of the fish serves as a stark reminder that running from your destiny is exhausting and unproductive. Modern lesson. Many of us are running from our why, the work we know we are called to do, out of fear, comfort, or prejudice. Jonah teaches us that we cannot outrun our responsibilities. Embracing our purpose, even when it feels difficult or uncomfortable, is the only path to true peace. Nehemiah was tasked with rebuilding the walls of Jerusalem, a project that seemed impossible given the rubble and local opposition. His success was not due to his own strength, but to his ability to organize others, delegate tasks based on individual strengths, and foster a shared sense of ownership. Modern lesson. Nehemiah is a model for modern team management. He proves that a leader's job is not to do all the work, but to clarify the vision, define clear roles, and foster unity. As he noted, when people are invested in the vision, when they are building the wall closest to their own homes, they give their best work. Thrown into a den of lions for his refusal to stop praying to his God, Daniel's life is defined by his commitment to his principles despite intense pressure to conform. He lived in a foreign pagan culture that constantly tempted him to compromise his standards, yet he never buckled. Modern lesson. In the modern workplace and digital square, we face constant pressure to compromise our values for convenience or popularity. Daniel serves as a reminder that moral clarity is our greatest asset. Standing for your values, even when it risks social or professional death, ultimately earns you the greatest respect. The story of Ruth, a Moabite widow who chooses to stay with her mother-in-law, Naomi, rather than return to her own people, is one of the Bible's most moving accounts of loyalty. Her decision was not based on legal obligation, but on a covenant of the heart. Modern lesson. We live in a transactional culture where relationships are often discarded the moment they become inconvenient. Ruth teaches us that true love is sacrificial and persistent. Whether in marriage, friendship, or family, choosing loyalty over convenience builds relationships that can withstand the harshest seasons of life. These 7 stories are more than relics of a distant past. They are mirrors held up to our current experiences. Noah calls us to persistence, Joseph to integrity, David to authenticity, Jonah to purpose, Nehemiah to collaboration, Daniel to conviction, and Ruth to loyalty. While the settings of these stories were the deserts and palaces of antiquity, the lessons they offer are essential tools for navigating the complexities of the modern world.